Hey there, thanks for joining me today. This is the property that I'll be doing. This person reached out to me via Nextdoor, which is where I've gotten the majority of my tips on properties to do, and she's just got this patch back here where her riding lawnmower it sinks into the ground, and it's also uneven. So if any of you have a riding lawnmower, you know how sketchy that can be. So it's just a bit too sketchy to deal with, and it's gotten quite tall. So perfect for a scythe. I can go wherever I can walk. My scythe and I can go, and that's one of the huge benefits of it. I may not be as fast as a riding mower, but I'm quiet, I'm efficient, and I can go anywhere. So this is going to be one of those spots where I can work on this hill and get it nice and cleaned up for her. But there's a stipulation with this. One thing she requested is that I leave a bit of space for the flowers to grow back here. I'll show you those in just a sec. So yeah, she wants to keep those in place, and so I'm going to kind of try to see if I can create a bit of a space that's just keeping those safe and healthy, and that way they can just continue to grow as she wants it to. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start a new walking workout. There we go. See how many calories I burn on this job. I do not want to start by weed whacking. I want to see how well I can actually scythe this grass and what's going on in there. So I'm just going to scythe the open space first, and then I'll clean up the details with the weed whacker. Usually weed whack to try to avoid things like fences and all that. I don't really have any little stumps that are over here. I don't have any fences I need to avoid. There's just, some trees in the back there. But for the most part, the trees mulch has made it so the grass hasn't really grown too much around them. So, all right, let's get to it. This soil is basically loam, and if you don't know what that means, this is what happens when forests have deciduous trees. They drop their leaves every year, it mulches, it breaks down, and then it becomes this wonderfully soft, amazing soil. And it's so soft that even my feet as I step sink down about half an inch. So I don't even think I'm gonna bring my lawnmower up here because it's just gonna end up sinking. So pure scythe and weed whack today. That'll be nice. In a recent video that I had, somebody asked me the question of, why, if the grass isn't too long, why don't you just use your lawnmower to cut it? The answer to that is really simple. If it's less than 6 inches, I would use a lawnmower to cut it, but there's a lot of situations where this might be laying down and it might only look like it's 6 inches tall, but it's quite thick. If I brought my ego mower, even as powerful as it is, over here, it would just bog down. Even if I was mulching and I had it shoot out the back and out the side, it would get bogged down. This stuff winds up in those blades like it's a rope, and it seizes it up. It can't chop it up quick enough and throw it out quick enough. You need one of those like X-Mark heavy duty commercial mowers in order to be able to blow all this stuff away. So big expensive mowers like that are like, geez, at minimum $6,000, sometimes up to $20,000 or $30,000. This is $300. $300. And it's great exercise. So that's why I don't use the mower for most of this stuff. I use the mower to kind of like clean up and make it a nice even level. Okay, well, it's getting dark. Wife wants to go to dinner. I'm exhausted. So day one is going to conclude with having scythed down and cut dang near everything in this yard. And I'll come back tomorrow after work for day two and clean up all my mess. See you then. 2,000 calories on day one, by the way. All right, it's day two. I'm gonna do the worst part of scything, which is raking. I'm not gonna end up bagging it up. I asked the homeowner and she said I could make a new mulch pile, compost pile over here in the corner under the tree where there's already a bunch of pine needles and stuff like that breaking stuff down anyways. So it's not gonna kill anything for it to be there. But I need to rake, see what I'm left with, and then show you the finished product. All right, let's get the raking done. Alright guys, that's the video today. Hope you like the before and after. It felt fantastic to be able to get out and get scything. I had to take a couple weeks off because I was taking prednisone to get rid of poison ivy. So that was a whole lot of fun. Now that that's gone though, I'm back at it looking for more properties. So if you happen to know of any in the greater St. Louis area, everywhere from South St. Louis over west towards Wentzville, let me know. Shoot me a comment down below. If you watched this far, I greatly appreciate you and I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of my community while I'm early and while I have such a small amount of subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. Until next time, Reaper out.